Vintage! Welcome to week 7 of your Timeline History cards. This week we're on cards, let's see, 43 to 49 for the week. We're going to start this week with the best card yet, Jesus the Messiah. So for Jesus the Messiah, we're going to, with your middle finger, you're going to point to where the nail holes were in Jesus' hands. So we'll do Jesus. And then for Messiah, we're going to make an M for Messiah, and again, trace that sash line as though because he is royalty, he was our king, from the shoulder down to the hip. So, Jesus, the Messiah. The next one is Pentecost and the early church. For Pentecost, they talk about, in the Bible, about the tongues of fire that came down. So you're going to point to your tongue and then make the sign for fire. Your fingers wiggle. So Pentecost, and then the early church, we're going to put our church on the rock. So you make a rock with one hand and a C for church on top of that. So we've got Pentecost and the early church. That's card number 2 this week. The third card is persecution spreads the gospel. So for persecution, we're just going to punch twice. So 1, 2, and then spreads the gospel. For the gospel, you're going to hold your hand as though you're holding your Bible, and we're going to make a G for gospel, and you're going to use your G to turn the pages of your Bible. Okay? So persecution spreads the gospel. The next card this week is Herod's Temple destroyed by Titus. So we'll make an H for Herod, and then put our temple again on the rock. Herod's Temple was destroyed by Titus. And we'll make our sign for destruction. If you remember, you start with your hands apart, they come together, and then it pulls apart again for destroyed. So Herod's Temple destroyed by Titus. The next card is Diocletian divides the Roman Empire. So we're just going to make a D for Diocletian. So you just have your pointer finger sticking up there and make a D. Diocletian, and then divides. You kind of make an X with your hands and you push them down and apart. Divides, and R for Roman Empire. Diocletian divides the Roman Empire. The next card is Constantine legalizes Christianity. So we'll make a C for Constantine. And then for Christianity, we're going to point to those nail holes of Christ again. He legalized Christianity. And the last one, India's Gupta dynasty. For India's Gupta dynasty, we point to that dot, that bindi in the middle of the forehead, India's. And the Gupta dynasty was the golden age of India. So again, we're going to make that sign for gold. We make our Y, you point to your ear and bring it down so it's a golden earring. So India's Gupta dynasty. And that's week 7. Have a great week.